name's Nicola Lathey. I'm a speech and language therapist and I'm author of Small Talk. Today I'm going to tell you why dummies need to be ditched and how to do it. So, if you imagine a dummy inside a child's mouth, like this, the movement of the tongue tip is incredibly restricted, and so the sounds are then articulated with the middle section of the child's tongue. So you end up with speech that sounds a bit like this. Hello, my name is Nicola Lathey. So we call that a dentalised articulation, or another layman's way of saying it would be talking with a lisp. The other very common effect of using a dummy is that the sounds become articulated using the back part of your tongue. So you might talk a bit like this with using the back section of your tongue rather than the middle and the tongue tip. It's the tongue tip which needs to be the most mobile for speech and language development. So a speech and language therapist would say that as soon as a baby starts talking, you could argue that that's from birth, but let's say as soon as a baby starts babbling talking, you should be thinking about ditching this dummy. So that's around about 8 months. And by a year, a child shouldn't have a dummy any longer. So, some tips on how you can do it. Firstly, a friend of mine just threw the dummies into the bin and said, that is that. Bit harsh, possibly. Going the whole hog usually takes about 2 or 3 days of crying or asking for it, but then fairly quickly the child forgets. Another parent that I know snipped the dummy off, the teat off, and said that the dummy had broken and couldn't be sucked any longer. And another family I know just nipped the end of the teat and progressively over time made that nick in the teat bigger and bigger so it wasn't comfortable to suck on it any longer. I think probably the fairest way is to start telling the child how big they are and how, oh, look at that little baby, little tiny baby. Look, they need a dummy, not you. So either encourage the child to give the dummy to the tiny baby, and in return they get a lovely present so that you as the parent can say to the child, oh, you were so kind, you gave your dummy to little Jack, and you had a lovely princess or something. Or you could give your dummy to the dummy fairy. So leave it at the bed at night, at the end of the bed at night, and in the morning there's a lovely present. Anyhow, whatever you do it now. Dummies aren't good for speech and language development. So do it today and good luck.